Subscribe to Naijas Craziest. Press the bell icon and never miss another video update.
Naijas Craziest does not edit view of any political parties, individuals, or religious group. This show is just for comedy purposes only. It might contain scenes with strong languages, strong satirical humor, links to a relative you might know, and references some may find offensive. If that kind of thing will offend you, because close your browser now and
get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Because that's what we do.
Comedians are absolutely insane. That's illegal.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay.
Okay, what?
Now I know you yourself have been initiated into something that can never make your life become good. I'm pitying you and looking at you.
So what concerns me inside Chris Oyakhilome that they said they initiate?
Is that now your spiritual father?
When did I say it's my spiritual father?
Oh, that thing has left you now. Oh, he said he used to go and come. Now it has left you.
When tell me when I said that Chris Oyakhilome is my spiritual father.
You were not I now. Have you taken anything today?
No, I'm sober.
Okay. You are sober. Who died for you?
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
And you are now sober. Are you crazy? You don't know when Jesus has died for you.
It's your business. Anyways, Bisola, you see this Bisola lady, she has suffered a lot.
A lot. Too much.
They are sure her pepper.
Too much.
People call her mad woman when she started this her expose. Yes. Do you know that they have videos of her saying that everything she's saying?
We know that is why what my cousin told me when he left TB Joshua's church. He told me, he said he hasn't worked with a lot of pastors, but he has worked with one person. That this man that is smarter than any other pastors.
There is no pastor as smart as TB Joshua. Leave. He is the smartest pastor.
He knows what might happen tomorrow. So before you go out and be saying your rubbish, there's something that you can bring out and say this is what happened to you when they brought you. You understand? So that's why he said you don't want to see anything much. And I know a lot of things that he has told me. You understand?
So let's allow them watch the video.
So wait first before they watch the video. He even told me when I told him about Bisola, he said he knows her very well. So everything she's saying is what true. But because you can't bring out evidence, so they will not believe. So now when they say they rape somebody say they rape me, they now say where's the evidence? So you should have a video recording when they were raping her to say okay, this is my evidence. Some people are just useless.
They are stupid like that. Okay, let them watch the video. When they watch the video, we'll come back.
The story of an old and a young prophet. If you're a child of God, you will read the story of an old and a young prophet. You will know that the old prophet misled the young prophet.
Yes, the Bible, the Old Testament.
Yes, in the Old Testament. So I don't know how strong Chris Oyakhilome is standing in the Lord. Forget about bling bling that you see on TV. You may even be more spiritual than these people. So, but because they have the limelight, because they have the spotlight, because they have money and fame, people tend to respect them and to celebrate them. You know, there's no big deal about them. So, because if it's highly spiritual, the way we think it should be, it shouldn't have fallen into the trap of TB Joshua.
The kind of esteem we hold him to.
And if truly TB Joshua is of God, I believe Chris will still be with him today. For today, as of today, they are no more, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with TB Joshua. We were in TB Joshua's office, and it was just, I don't know what goes on in his mind.
Okay.
We only carried by what we see and what we are asked to do. So we were watching TV together with him, and Oyakhilome was on the TV, and so he said, he was just saying that this guy, I will use him. I will call him here.
Oh, he was saying that when he was watching Oyakhilome?
Yes, that I will call him here, and I will use him against those people they call themselves association. And what he meant by association is Christian Association of Nigeria, because at that time these two bodies, PFN and yes, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria and Christian Association of Nigeria, rejected his membership. They don't want to have anything to do with him because they gave him some questions to answer. Who is your spiritual father? Where, at what point did you give your life to Jesus Christ? Because all of us, all humanity, we were in sin, and at a point we receive Jesus Christ into our life. You have to do it consciously. So this guy couldn't explain. What he said was that God anointed him inside his mother's womb, and the Pentecostal Fellowship Association said that cannot be. That can't be. Yeah. God, it's not possible. God anoints you from your mother's womb. You remember what David said, King David? He said, from my mother's womb, I have been a sinner. I was conceived in sin. So, and his mother was an Elijah. Elijah. So, what is the correlation between Elijah that goes to mosque and those ones going to church? So they said he need to answer the question, but he couldn't. So he was not happy. So in his devilish mind, he was looking for a way to cause uproar. So he said, if we are in his office, he will be the only one sitting. In his office, there are a lot of TV stations.
Monitoring people's life, monitoring
breaking news. Sometimes you see breaking news ahead, and you quickly go and give that as a vision, prophecy in his service. So then, and as the TV goes, they are recording it. He's spending a lot of money on recordings. So they are recording it. There is a department that monitors it for him. Say, we have seen something. That is what you will use. So that day he was saying it, and everybody just stand. Nobody has office in the synagogue, only him. So we just stand looking at him. So in my mind, I don't think Pastor Oyakhilome could believe he would fall. I didn't believe he could. You hold him so much in high esteem. So much in high esteem. So the next thing, he said they should start calling the numbers on the screen. So it wasn't easy, but at the end of the day, Oyakhilome came on phone, and TB Joshua, who had tongue-lashed Oyakhilome, say, look at what's he doing? He want to be something. He's stealing my video and start acting my methods. I say, oh, man of God, great man of God, I watch your video. Oh, I would love to learn from you. Sometimes he will say some things we decided. We were learners. so that was it. And I didn't know what the man was saying because he didn't put it on the speaker, because he also want to deceive us in case that man tongue lashed him, so that we will not hear. So when the man started saying, hey, oh, thank you, man of God, thank you, man of God, he said, I would like to come to you, or you come to me. So the man starts saying, he now put it on speaker. So the man said, oh, I would like to come to you. Yes, he got right, and that was it. And the moment after the man has already given him appointment, he has called his, he has some journalists that eat crumbs under his table. Yes, like Dele Momodu, all of them, they collect money from him. I'm not afraid of you people. If you have any problem, I'm sorry about that. So, because I know I was there when you people were coming, like Idika Kalu of is it Guardian or so? There are many of them. So on weekly basis, TB Joshua give you guys money. So any breaking news on TB Joshua, they parried it. They don't want it to go out. They stop it. Rather, they will be telling people wrong, different stories. So he has already, TB Joshua invited them,
all of them,
and asked them to go and hide.
And the big fish is coming.
Big fish is coming. So because he need to use it for
campaign,
and for TV programs. Okay. Yes, so that the people at home who sees people like Oyakhilome, they will say, oh, maybe he's a good man, maybe if not, Chris wouldn't have gone there. So they start falling into it. Then Oyakhilome came. Even our camera crew, we were hiding. We took everything, good shots from up, down, all the streets of.
Oyakhilome was totally unaware that we are taking him. Are you saying that Oyakhilome was not aware they were taking him?
He was not aware. Jesus. He was not aware. Jesus. The only cameraman that is not camera, but the only photographer that was with TB Joshua was Biodun. That was taking 2 of them. So it's like no problem. But the moment Oyakhilome left, TB Joshua released those videos and pictures, and the next morning, the whole Nigeria was, it's breaking news with Chris Oyakhilome visited synagogue, and TB Joshua gave them money, and I believe at that time it was a no turning point for Chris. So they started, felicitating, and all the videos that were shown to Chris, he fell for it. And later, Chris trusted TB Joshua to the point that he started paying tithes to him.
Oh, tithes to TB Joshua.
Before Chris got to synagogue, TB Joshua was using Passat with that infamous number 777.
777 is a number.
It's a number.
But you should not be us.
So that was the car he was using, Passat, dark blue Passat. But the time Oyakhilome, joined him, Oyakhilome brought him S-Class.
Mercedes-Benz?
Yes.
New model.
Then TB Joshua returned it.
Why?
Because one of the glass broke. So they went to ask for the replacement. It was so much for him. So he called Oyakhilome that we can't maintain this. So he brought him Monterio. Powdered blue Monterio. That was the first ever Jeep and good car he will ever use before Kakande came. So they started. Then TB Joshua, is very trickish. Yeah. So instead of Oyakhilome to teach him anything, as he has told him, he was the one who started saying, okay, this is how we do. Even some Oyakhilome's disciples, they came to synagogue to learn how to arrange emergency, how to deceive people. If you are totally blind, they don't arrange you. But if you are partially blind, okay, good question. She was having mental issue, no healing. She was having squint eye, no healing. So which healing? Who's supposed to get first-hand healing in the synagogue? Is it not the disciples?
Of course, yeah.
I was talking to somebody on the phone while we were coming. Why Olaitan died? Olaitan was tormented with fibroid. Any country we go, Olaitan was the one arranging sick people, but she was suffering of fibroid.
Is it not the one that was always bedwetting?
Another one. Among the disciples, there are different vices and different troubles. Yinka was the one bedwetting, and Josephine, that half-caste girl. There are a lot of different troubles. People go there to solve their issues. they had problem, and they thought maybe their problem can be solved. Rather, the problem was not solved, and he retained them because he could use them, because they are usable to him.
Yeah.
Take for instance, there is a man, Mr. Okoje. We call him Mr. Okoje. It's been a while I left there. Okay. At the time, you know, he was the one who was the chief security, because he was a policeman. Okay. They discharged him from police force because of mismanagement. Yeah. So, but when the trouble came, he visited synagogue, but TB Joshua couldn't help him. They still discharged him, but dismissed him. They dismissed him, and TB Joshua retained him. And at a time, TB Joshua was asking him, "Where is your wife?" He said, "My wife, you know, we need to continue praying for my wife." He said, "Oh, your wife don't come here." He said, "Okay, don't worry. Get me handkerchief and new Bible." And that was what TB Joshua prepared for this man. And this man took that thing home and put his wife's picture in the Bible and the handkerchief. That was the end of the wife.
Wow.
The woman died. The woman died.
Hi.
Even when Agomo, see, there is audio clips that is going around the social media now, where TB Joshua called a lady in Zimbabwe, and people, he didn't want to tell his name. He didn't want to say why he's inviting the woman, and the woman was asking, "Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me why you want to invite me to Nigeria? If it's something open, something, you know, he should have, you know, he should be able to." But I see it in a different way. If they want to punish, if TB Joshua want to punish someone, that is the way he normally invites them. And if anybody, it has happened to Agomo before. When Agomo said he want to get married, and he's like, "You cannot get married. Disciples don't get married." Anybody can confirm it. All those girls that are singing on the choir stand, they are TB Joshua's bedmates. Some of them, they don't even have womb again due to abortions. Ask them, Anu, Ebose, there are many of them. So he said he want to get married. So when the trouble became too much, because Agomo was really useful to him, so he said, "Okay, bring the woman."
To bring the wife to be.
Bring the wife to be from Ghana.
The fiancé.
The woman came and stayed in the synagogue for 2 weeks. Anytime TB Joshua is going to Agodo, that place I described to you,
The marine place.
the marine place, he took the woman along. After 2 weeks, he said, "Okay, go back and do your wedding." On going back, that was the end of the woman. The woman just died. Somebody that was not sick
Died. Ghanaian woman.
The Ghanaian woman. She, according to how I heard, she was a daughter of a minister, you know,
In the cabinet in Accra.
cabinet in Ghana. So, you know, these things can be traced. And if Agomo talk to you, he will tell you everything. So Oyakhilome started coming to synagogue, and TB Joshua started inviting him to that groove.
Oh, the same.
Every Saturday, Chris Oyakhilome will visit the synagogue in the morning around 8. They will go there. They will stay there together like 4 hours till around 12. So then he will go. So afterwards, millions were being brought to the synagogue through Oyakhilome every week.
As tight.
So
TB Joshua afraid of those monies?
at a time, Fatai TB Joshua was telling us that where did this guy get this kind of money? He said he believed that this money is blood money. He himself was afraid of the money. He normally kept the money in his convenience in the toilet, inside his office. So anytime we need money, maybe to buy some things, we just go there and take money. So. And after some time, some weeks, then you now say, okay, you go, whatever you do, it's okay. And I didn't camera you because I don't want to, I don't want anybody, but nobody can trust TB Joshua. One of those camera, I will make sure I ask this question because I know some camera boys that have left there. He may have asked one of them to stay in the bush to be taking it because nothing go past camera in the synagogue.
He's a cameraman.
He's a cameraman. He's a cameraman. So then, after all this going to the groove together, they now want to do freedom for him. They want to say, okay, you have learned some things now, come and showcase it. Oyakhilome did not know that the man they put in front of him was not a cripple. They put Mr.
Van Den or something from Netherlands.
From Netherlands. They put Mr. Westerhoff.
Oh, Westerhoff.
Yeah, they put Mr. Westerhoff on wheelchair, but the man was not, crippled, though he had multiple sclerosis. Yeah, he walks very well. The body was shaking. So at the end of the day, you want to see the. So yeah, he's a white man here. So yeah, so and they just put him, and TB Joshua stepped back. TB Joshua was the master, the commander in chief. The commander in chief. We were all there. Look at Yinka. We should be somewhere here. Yes. So he now said, okay, pray. So they were doing like this, all the things they have learned from him. Okay. So they stretch hands, waving of hands. So after some time, he now said, okay. Yeah, he now moved closer to him. Both of them drew the man up, and everybody started dancing. You people, you are dancing. You don't know how we prepare the soup. You don't know if we put Maggi. You only saw the beauty, of the soup. You don't know, all the condiments that are in the soup. You don't even know if there is poison in the soup. You just see that, that was how he was weaned. And from there, they organized a crusade for him. And because the governor of Abia State, okay, the wife, the mother was a member of the synagogue. So, and after some time, he started talking to Oyakhilome. Okay. So he called him and said, please, my son is coming. Please.
Oyakhilome, his son.
Yes, his son.
Spiritual son.
Give him all the backings. And the man said, no problem. So they arranged. All the white visitors in the synagogue, it was Jimo who led them. You will talk to Jimo if I'm lying. Okay. So.
Okay, those one were carried as part of the crowd, so that to make the crowd
make everything,
for the Abia Crusade.
For the Abia Crusade. So all the things people are seeing on TV, they are not real. They are not real. They are arranged. Some people walked themselves to put them there for you to see. So that's why we are saying this. So they now go there and they did what they could do, and they came back. He even sent some cameramen, Anthony and Michael, with them so that they can help him, to train his camera crew, because there's a pattern they want it to be followed. So they did, and when they brought it, I was the one that did voiceover on it.
On the same Abia Crusade? Abia Crusade. For Oyakhilome.
For Oyakhilome.
Oyakhilome paid you anything?
No.
Okay, well, now he gave somebody $100,000. Thank you.
No, that was Gary Bryden.
Is it $100,000? Okay, $10,000.
$1,000.
Okay, who's that Gary?
Gary Bryden. Okay. Gary Bryden came all the way from South Africa with Pastor Hart at Bosov. Okay. Yes, at Bosov. So when they came, Gary Bryden is a talented worship leader. Okay. So anytime they visit synagogue, they sing, So because of what he is into, TB Joshua introduced him to Oyakhilome, that he should also go to the crusade with him. So on that crusade, it was Gary who led the worship. I believe Chris was really impressed. So that was why he gave him that money.
Chris is so generous.
He's very generous. Oh yes, Chris Oyakhilome is very generous. Though not to me, but to people. And TB Joshua didn't like how
to Gary.
Gave him $10,000.
Did he oppose it or did he come?
He opposed it. He said he has given Gary money. He gave me $3,000 to give Gary. But Gary said Oyakhilome promised him when they were in Abia. So anyway, at the airport, Oyakhilome sent somebody to meet Gary. And because I was the one that usually take visitors phone calls, anytime they call from different out of the world, I'm the one they will call. I don't know why, I don't know. So possibly God was positioning me to, for a time like this.
Yes.
So, and Gary told me, thank Pastor Chris, this is what he did. I said, okay.
So that means Gary made $13,000.
Yes, but to me, I didn't tell TB Joshua because I know how he will feel. He will feel so bad that why did he give it to him? Gary, he will start hating Gary. He will start doing some things against Gary. So I just kept quiet. Then I think afterwards, Gary also took Oyakhilome pushed Gary from South Africa to England to go and head his church somewhere in UK while I communicate with Gary, but I think I will.
So that was how Oyakhilome became a devoted spiritual son of
TB Joshua. But after some time, that thing cleared off him. So it's like he became confused because Jimo told me that he called him and said, there's a man we call Jimo. Okay. So it's the one I told you about that led that to Abia. Yeah. He was also the one that TB Joshua used against Christian Association of Nigeria, the Baptist man. So Jimo said, Oyakhilome asked him, is TB Joshua a true man of God? And because Jimo was still in the synagogue, he said he's so sad that he had to say the obvious thing because he doesn't know if Chris was trying to, set him up. So he said, yeah. But he believed that if God give him another opportunity, he will be able to tell him that no, we were all wrong. The man is not a man of God. So all the pastors that usually come from different places,
some come on Tuesday, some come on Thursday.
Yes,
Celestials on Thursday.
I will get there. These are Nigerian pastors, but the one I'm talking is the international pastors, like the man in Canada, Toronto Blessing. They call him the Toronto Blessing. They, as time goes on, I remember Bishop Garlington, many of them that visited synagogue. So when they visit TB Joshua, it was Jimo that TB Joshua usually use as guinea pig. So based on understanding that Jimo, if I do like this, just so TB Joshua will call Jimo and say, come, let me give you some power. So TB Joshua will touch those pastors' hand, touch their head, touch their chest, and he will say, look, he will do like this. So Jimo too will round and fall. So we now say, okay, it's your turn. Oh yeah, do it. He will touch their hand again. So those people will do like this. So Jimo too will do
just to assure them.
Just to assure them. But after they are gone, TB Joshua usually give Jimo extra money. Say it's like, well done.
And because I think it was 1995, many years ago, my stepfather took me there. it was long time. I was a young boy, and he was telling some people, say, what is the meaning of faith? And nobody could say it. He say, what is faith? Some people were coming out to say, faith is this, is it. It's okay, can you perform faith? And nobody was able to come out. Then he now said, okay, let's see how faith works. Now say, you come out. I think the guy is tall. He just did like this. And the guy just fell. He said, that is faith. Everybody started clapping.
So yeah, that is what he normally want to do. He want to make people feel that they do not believe in God, that they are not inadequate, they are empty, they don't know things of the Spirit, only Him. You know, even those pastors, he will join them together, he will do like this, all of them will fall down.
Is that a religious African power? What's that? Is it spiritual power using?
That is magic. This TB Joshua we are talking about was an ardent follower of Professor Pella.
Yes, I learned that he was a follower, that it was following Pella at the time before Pella died in 1997.
He was follower of Professor Pella. He usually go to Onipano to meet Professor Pella. So suddenly that the man died, I think this TB Joshua needs to be questioned. It needs to be questioned because the way that man died, they need to question him.
They said some assassin killed the man because of a deal or something like that.
No, I think he collected something from that man.
Power.
Yeah, and the man was asking in return. Remember that the man was the greatest performer of magic.
In those days, was a veteran.
Yes, in Africa. So I don't know what they are using to do that. Where they are slicing people in two, where they are, mesmerizing their audience. So this guy, this individual called TB Joshua, usually parley with him, and the man do call into synagogue. Possibly the pressure was too much. Return this thing, Abi, or maybe it was money that's okay in exchange. And suddenly we just heard that the man died. The man died. Even during the time of Abacha.
Okay, Abacha.
Yes, this TB Joshua usually, they normally send people like this Mustafa. Okay. They normally come to synagogue to whisk him there.
To Abuja.
To Abuja. To Asorok.
What's the relationship with General Abacha?
He said he usually pray for the man. One day he came back. He said he gave General Sonny Abacha his underwear to wear. For protection. He said,
what of the other spiritual jalabia that Abacha is using?
He said he collected it from him.
Collected the other spiritual jalabia, the one from Chad and some other.
The one from Chad. He said he collected it from him. That this thing will not work for you if anything happened to you. He now gave Sonny Abacha his own singlets, underwear to wear, and that was how the man died. So that one that Abacha was using is with TB Joshua now.
Right now.
No, like Pella own, like maybe he took something like that from Pella to now, and Abacha now he took his own original.
He's just going collecting things from people.
We are also talking about the Jerikiti Oracle too, with his former girlfriend Funke. It's in this book too, that they went somewhere and took an oracle, and village, the chief priests were looking for them, chasing them to Lagos everywhere before the lady now died. See, what really happened?
I know what happened, but one day I was on my Facebook, and there's one person I will give you the contact.
Okay.
And while we were talking, that person said my mother-in-law said our house is very close to where TB Joshua went to steal an effigy. So that confirmed what I knew. There is a girl called Funke. The girl came to the synagogue. At that time, we didn't know, because it's not everything you know.
Yeah.
So it's not everything I know. Other disciples may know some parts. Me, I know some parts. Bit by bit, because you know that one person cannot have everything. Yeah. So if they are having some meeting, some briefings, I may be called to contribute and to be briefed. But if they are having another meeting to do something else, maybe somebody died and inside the synagogue, and they want to go and drop the dead body in the trash can, it's people like Linda, people like Ya Junior, people like Ya Michael that they will call, and Orlando, the driver. You understand? So they know how they package that kind of a thing. And Mrs. Igiodu will be there because she's a nurse. She will prepare a fake medical report in case they are being arrested so that they can present it. You understand? So, these are the things that go on in the synagogue.
So Funke,
when Funke came to the synagogue, he came.
Part of the lost effigy or what?
No, it happened that something happened with TB Joshua and Funke, which we didn't know. We only saw that Funke came to the synagogue wanting to see TB Joshua. I believe Funke saw TB Joshua on the screen, on television. She was looking for him. So he saw him and he came to the synagogue. And TB Joshua had meeting with her. So the next thing they said, she should go for confession. Again. I will tell you, see, this thing that I know for over 14 years is not easy to be telling it in bits and in pieces.
Yes.
That is why I have to,
There's
put
so much in
everything down.
I'm not even finished reading it. I've read and I'm tired.
So when Funke came and they asked her to go for confession, we only brought out our cameras. And Funke gave confession, and we forget about it. Then it happened at the time. Funke went to a church. They called the church Word of Life. And
the Word Bible Ministry.
Word Bible Ministry.
By Pastor J.B. Kumolui.
By Pastor J.B. Kumolui. I was in the studio when TB Joshua sent for me with Brother Shegun. So when we got there, he said, "Look at this girl on TV. Do you know her?" Of course, we remember her. He said, "The girl that came to give confession." He said, "Go and bring her video." So we went to bring her video. He now said, "Call me, Mr. one of those people that he normally sent out." I remember. So he now said, "Call me." So they called the man. He said, "We can go." So the man stayed. After some time, he called me that we should do TV program explaining that Funke was all this occultic, occult, leader, and all the things that she came to synagogue to confess. So we did it, and also not too long, they brought something from out against Pastor Kumoluyi. They said he put his leg on a woman.
During deliverance.
Yes, during deliverance. It was those people that invited into his, that TB Joshua invited to his office, that went to do that work outside. So they brought it and we merged it. We did TV program. After I left synagogue, I went around those people that I could reach, like Kakande. I said I call Kakande. Yeah. I'm sorry, I was used to deceive you, because I want, I want, clear conscience. Yeah. So I also look for that man. That Kumolui.
Pastor J.B. Kumolui.
To his office.
That's Julius Obatunde Kumolui.
Yes, I said, they said I should do video about you. I'm so sorry. The man said, "Were you the one talking on that video?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, that video scattered his church." I said, "I'm so sorry. I don't know. I only came here to say sorry." He now said, "Do you want to hear?" He said, Funke came to his church, just like a normal service. Yeah. He just heard from behind somebody screaming, "Synagogue!" He looked, what's going on? So he thought the woman needed deliverance. And that was what he did. But later, Funke started telling them that herself and TB Joshua, they are into covenant, blood covenant. And they were in a shrine and they saw an effigy. That somehow TB Joshua disappeared. And Funke also even showed them a picture where she sat on top of TB Joshua's leg, you know, while, you know, they were younger. I believe that was what TB Joshua sensed when he saw the woman on the screen. He believed that that woman must have confessed everything about him. Tokumolui. That was how he started releasing videos. Just in the same way he's releasing videos about me. So then those pieces, I started putting them together. Even before I met my Facebook friend that told me that he stole effigy somewhere. So I started putting them together. You understand? Then I asked the man, where is Funke? I need to talk to her. He said Funke committed suicide. Kumolui is still alive. Say Funke committed suicide.
How?
Okay. After the deliverance in that Kumolui's church, you remember TB Joshua started putting them on TV, talking about Funke, talking about Kumolui. So then, they after deliverance, Kumolui Church, they set Funke up so that she can be doing one thing or the other.
Business.
In Oshodi, business in Oshodi. Then Funke started running back to church and said TB Joshua was sending some people to her, that they were threatening her, that they were going to kill her. So she couldn't go there. So they have to relocate this girl to another town. The next thing they heard was that the lady had breast cancer. So the trouble was so much for the girl that at the end of the day they said she committed suicide. Say TB Joshua was asking her for something that they had together, that she should come and return that thing. And she was just jumping up and down.
So she was hallucinated and she died. She killed herself. So
Pastor Kumolui is still there. You can ask him.
So we now correlate the effigy story with Professor Pella.
Yes.
And
when he was also younger, you know, in disciple quarters, he usually tell us how he got involved with an Indian boy. Yes, how he got involved with an Indian boy in school. Yes,
Arika or something like that.
Ari Bishama. As I'm saying Ari Bishama, TB Joshua, I know you will remember. You remember you told us about Ari Bishama, that he was your classmate and you were together and you go to his house to play, and in Aribi Shama's house, they have this kind of shrine that they pray to when they are leaving house, and anytime they are coming in, they also say something that, you know, you can imagine a small boy, you know, getting involved with. And this time, the time we are talking about, you know, early 80s. Yes. These are the time, you know, young people in Nigeria usually, you know, get involved with magic. Yeah. You know, they said they will write letter to India. Yeah. India will send them ring and all kinds.
Charismatic ring.
Yeah, no matter what you have done, TB Joshua, the blood of Jesus.
Okay, you're back. You see, we don't like to interrupt videos again because some people said we like to interrupt videos. We don't interrupt again. My brother, do you know that when this whole Oyakhilome saga happened, we all knew that time? Pastor Chris went there to knelt down and Pastor TB Joshua impacted anointing into Pastor Chris's life.
To go and exploit.
To do exploits in the world. So... And Pastor Chris's members, I don't know what they were opening their brown teeth to say that time. We don't know what they were saying. But everybody was shouting, why would Pastor Chris go to Pastor TB Joshua? Pastor Chris came out to say that, hey, Pastor TB Joshua is an anointed man of God, and he went there to receive.
But you can never see them together again. Why? What is the problem?
My brother, if you ask me, who will I ask?
Maybe you ask your spiritual father.
I don't know. See, the truth is that my spiritual father is not very accessible to us. We only see him on TV. So if we see him like that, you cannot ask TV question.
Wow.
So we take anointing. We
By
receive
touching the
anointing
TV.
from the TV. It's not. You see, the only
Don't
person.
you know
The
that
only
is-
person we
don't,
can.
don't you know that sign of stupidity?
No, the only person we can mistakenly see is spinach.
Oh.
You see, if we go to the market, we buy spinach, we can receive
can.
small of the anointing that
Oh.
spinach has collected.
Okay.
We'll use the
You touch
put
or
small.
Is it you touch or you chop?
We'll put small okporoko inside the spinach, cook
So
it well.
you
We'll
now
chop
chop.
the spinach.
That's how you receive. Oh, people of God. Now you have heard, now you have watched. I know you will say before.
You know the problem
woman
of
is
this,
a mental problem. It's a mental.
They say she has mental problem.
Hey,
You know the problem with that Christian Association of Nigeria?
what?
Even they don't have direction. Is it not the same Christian Association of Nigeria
Siphon money.
that they siphon money?
I know this.
It's the same Christian Association of Nigeria that different things are happening. They are killing Christians in the north. They will not take action.
Nobody.
They are there
They will
collecting.
not. They will not protest.
They will not do anything. Christian Association of Nigeria, they have their own in their body. So, if Prophet TB Joshua wants to overthrow them, who blames him? How can you ask somebody, when did you give your life to Christ? What kind of question? Do you remember when you gave your life to Christ?
Yes.
You remember the day?
Yes.
Who is your spirit?
I can't remember the day.
But
I know.
Pastor,
no.
Prophet TB Joshua too does not remember the day.
Are you very stupid?
He does not remember. Is it?
Okay. Who baptized him? Who baptized him? It's very simple.
Who baptized? See, it was
He was baptized from his mother.
Yes.
Okay, with his mother's water and blood.
Yes.
Are you normal? Can a normal person speak as you are saying?
Look, the thing has come back.
It
has come back.
I know it's back.
It has come back. Let me tell you.
Tell me what? Tell me nonsense.
If they ask him stupid question, they will get stupid answer.
Okay, I already know. He doesn't have spiritual father. He doesn't have.
Okay. Must somebody have spiritual father?
Yes.
Can somebody go and pray
On his own.
and receive the anointing?
Okay, from mother's womb.
Okay, now he is not the spiritual father to plenty prophets.
Wait, I'm even lost. This Bonshua. Check his old video. He always dressed like Afa, like a Muslim. I don't understand. I'm a bit confused.
Is it by dressing now?
I know sometimes by dressing you will know them. When the pastor dresses, when an Afa dresses, you will know.
Tell SARS to go and arrest him now because he dressed like
No,
Afa.
I did not say this should arrest.
Tell SARS because his dressing is not your problem.
But the
Tell
truth-
SARS to go and
But
arrest
the
him.
truth is, he doesn't have a spiritual father. Who called him? Which church did he attend while growing up? Who is his pastors? Who is his teacher? Nobody knows. Nobody just came up from somewhere and become it's like a god on his own. Tell me.
See, don't let me and you fight here. We will fight here because it's small thing like this that used to annoy me. Look, if somebody tell you who is your spiritual father, you say your spiritual father is God. If they ask you, when were you baptized? I was baptized in my mother's womb. When did you give your life to Christ? I gave my life to Christ in my mother's womb. Look,
Which church did you attend before you became a pastor?
Womb Christian Church of God. His answer. Womb Christian Church of God.
Please, can we just close this chapter? Because the way I'm basing now, I can beat you and you go back to your mother's womb. You now talk from there. You know that womb Christian, they have immunized you. They have jamtotized you. You have joined them, right? Please, please close this thing. Please off this camera. Please off it. Go off this camera. I'm not shooting.
Are we not talking again?
I'm not talking. Please off this camera. Off it.
Yeah.
Off it. I'm hearing this for the first time. Somebody went to Womb Christian Church of God. The pastor that teach him then was from the womb pastor teaching church of God. Everything. Oh, the womb will soon kill you. That womb will be off this camera.
Thank you, my people. Before they beat me here in the studio.
Off the camera.
Thank you. We'll see you on the next episode.